Hello and welcome to Bahrain Now, your source of local initiatives, happenings, talents, and trends. I'm your host, Khalid Idris, here to walk you through our exciting lineup of segments and personalities from around the Kingdom of Bahrain. So don't go away, we'll be right back. The athlete Fatima Altaie is preparing to undertake a remarkable challenge, cycling over 1,000 kilometers as part of the Tour de France Femmes next year. This endeavor is not only a test of physical and mental strength, but also a heartfelt mission to raise over £10,000 for the UK-based charity Cure Leukaemia. Through this initiative, Fatima seeks to raise awareness about blood cancer while contributing to life-saving research and treatment. Her journey is a testament to the perseverance, compassion, and social responsibility towards this cause. And to talk more about it, we are pleased to be joined here in the studio by Fatima herself. Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. First, I'd like to ask you, what inspired you to take on this incredible challenge?
So cycling is a massive part of my life and my personality, and after giving birth to my child, I was heavily involved in running. But obviously after giving birth, I sort of struggled to bounce back to, running, and was also struggling with postpartum depression at that time. So it's then when my husband suggested that we give another sport a try. So we got the bicycle, and I just instantly fell in love. And it was an immediate just spark. And I thought, this is my moment to give something back to the community, something bigger than myself, and use something that I love, which is cycling, to shed the light towards something that is truly, important, which is blood cancer awareness.
It's really great to see as well that you didn't kind of just let that passion kind of fizzle out. And I think that it is understandable in some cases that does happen. But, along with the support of your husband, you were able to find a different channel for it, which I think is incredible.
For sure.
Is there any personal connection to the cause? Is there a specific reason why you chose leukemia?
So first of all, I'm a science teacher, and I do cover these sort of topics with my higher grade, biology students. We do notice that there's a lot of attention going towards breast cancer. There's awareness initiatives, and it goes beyond really October as a breast cancer awareness month. But also blood cancer is equally devastating. And just to put things into perspective, more than 40,000 people per year in the UK alone get diagnosed with blood cancer. So it's really something that was felt for me, we need to bring more attention to this. Let's talk more about it. And blood cancer, in particular leukemia, is the most common cancer type in childhood in children. So as a mother of a 5-year-old, this is something that I deeply connected to, and I really, felt at a deeper level.
It's really, again, it's just incredible to me that you've managed to mix two worlds that on paper don't really go together.
Yeah.
With your background and everything, in order to champion it for such a great cause.
Yeah.
And now about the means for which this cause is exercised, which is, cycling over 1,000 kilometers. How do you prepare for that physically and mentally?
It's a lot. There's a lot that goes into, preparing for something of this scale. So I met with my coach over the summer, and we, discussed the plan going forward, and we will focus on just building a very strong aerobic base now. And then towards the start of the new year, we will add more volume and more intensity to mimic that sort of, for the body to really adjust and mimic the intensity of the challenge itself. Obviously, a lot of the stages will be through the French Alps, so we're talking grueling climbing. So we need to do a lot of climbing specific training as well, because obviously you don't want to continuously train on a flat terrain, then throw yourself into a mountain terrain and have your body give up on you. So we sort of discussed the plan thoroughly. And in terms of, mental preparation, I suppose I know that things will get hard at some point, but this is when I need to tap into perseverance and remembering, why did I sign for this from the first place? So I know it's not going to be an easy journey, but we always tap back into my why. Why am I doing this? Why did I sign up for this? And I think this will carry me through the entire training and hopefully through the event itself.
Absolutely. And I think based on how we discussed you got into this in the first place, I think that the perseverance is definitely there, and I think you definitely have the motivation and the means, because I mean, especially I think men are never going to be able to experience something such as childbirth, right? And we know, but we do know enough to say that that definitely changes the physiology.
No, for sure.
Afterwards, and to be able to do what you did and how you were able to channel that, and now you're just going to be channeling it to a different type of challenge.
Of course,
It's very inspiring to see.
Thank you so much.
No, you're very welcome. And how would you emulate that kind of terrain?
So we're talking indoor trainers that are, you put your bicycle on it and it sort of connects to applications, and then the trainer speaks to the application and sort of adjusts the intensity so that it mimics that hard pedaling as if you're climbing, up and whatnot. And I'm also thinking of going a few trips away somewhere, with mountains and whatnot, just to get my body again adjusted for the intensity. I don't want to be throwing myself into like steep hills or like mountain stages where my body then will be like, I can't do this. So mimicking this and trying to replicate it as much as possible is key here, obviously. Yeah.
It's really incredible to see how much work you're putting into this. And again, I always go back to the motivation of why you're doing this, like as a mother, as an educator as well. And you mentioned that this disproportionately seems to affect mostly children.
Yes.
And so motherhood and this feeling of responsibility clearly goes into your motives for why you're doing this, which is very noble. I have to ask though, how do you manage your responsibilities as an educator and as a mother? What does your schedule look like?
Pretty packed. I'm not gonna lie to you, pretty packed. And sometimes I do wish we can have more than 24 hours a day. But obviously, I believe smart time management and communication with your close family members and your my husband and whatnot is really key. Training goes over the weekend really early in the morning, and over the weekdays would be late evening after I tuck my child into sleep. But also just having an incredibly supportive husband. He is a passionate endurance athlete. He completed multiple full Ironman events. And there's a mutual understanding of the demand of training. So he would be like, I'll take the child for like a cinema date or a play date or something. You get your training done, and vice versa. So I think that is really key to maintain, a smooth flow throughout the day and, make training and racing successful.
I think that's really wonderful as well, like to hear that, you're in this environment, like your husband's super supportive, and he clearly has, he's had his own experiences, like
sure.
You said, his own understanding, and he clearly gets that. So that's incredible. Sure. And I think as well that also kind of both of you as parents gives you kind of opportunities to have your own bonding experiences with your kid.
For sure.
Have you participated in anything of this magnitude or similarly before?
Not of this scale, for sure not. But I did complete a couple of Ironman 70.3 events. I did the one here in Bahrain and the one in Oman, Salalah, and multiple full marathons as well. So I do understand the commitment and the demand of endurance training, but for sure nothing of this magnitude. So I am nervous, but mostly excited.
Wonderful. We wish you all the best with it.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure you're going to absolutely crush it.
Thank you so much.
Now you're aiming to raise £10,000 for Cure Leukaemia.
Correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about how those funds will be used in order to support the children and families affected by this disease?
Right. So every single pound donated goes directly to Cure Leukaemia, and their work is important in terms of research and clinical trials that cannot really happen without this funding. And what they do is that they connect, families and patients that are impacted by blood cancer with new innovative treatments. Obviously, there isn't a cure for it just yet, but having the right treatment for the children and the family can give them, hope of a brighter future,
Absolutely. And I think, again, I've brought this up multiple times already, and I don't think it's never not going to be true. This is a very noble cause, and I think it shows that you have a lot of compassion and a lot of a lot of it's a very altruistic endeavor, right? And I'm sure that there are a lot of particularly young women, girls who are going to be looking at your achievement and you know might hope to emulate it one day. How does that make you feel?
For me, in a way, I would like the young girls in Bahrain and really beyond Bahrain is just to look at this and be like, wow, I can dream big and I can aim high, and I don't really need to be a professional, because I am by no means a professional cyclist. I don't need to be a professional to achieve extraordinary things. I believe it is part of having a meaningful human experience is to venture out of our comfort zones and try new things, try exciting things. And most of all, just to really inspire my child. Like, I want to leave a legacy behind me. And I think of my daughter and I think how last year she completely ditched the stabilizers on her bike and she's absolutely flying. So to think that one day I can share the road with her for a casual ride or just a big stage, a global stage, and just have her think big and bold and, you know, just do good for other people and say that my mama inspired me, really is, yeah, something that I look forward to.
I don't think many other children will be able to have what she has, which is she's going to have the bragging rights of, yeah, my mother cycled like in the French Alps or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, definitely. And it's like I said, and it's like you were saying, I think a lot of people are going to see that. And like you said, going beyond the comfort zone.
For sure.
I think as humans, we are very comfort-driven.
We tend to stay, yeah, within what we know, within the familiar, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely, but I think every once in a while, and you know, a lot of the time it is for good reason, you know?
For sure.
But I also think that, you know, there are times where you absolutely should break out of it. And,
for sure.
And with the amount of training that you're doing, with the amount of consideration and the cause as well, I think this is a perfect example of not only when, but how to break out of your comfort zone in a way that will yield such great results.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you were mentioning, for example, that you're hoping maybe one day you could even share the road with your daughter. What can you tell us about your opinion on how sports can be brought together, how sports can be organized to raise awareness for such causes?
For me, I believe that when people come united, you know, we come from so many diverse, you know, backgrounds and experiences. We come in taking a certain challenge, very personal, but when we see other people united towards that same sort of purpose and goal, that sort of sparks something bigger and more meaningful. And I suppose just having that, because as you know, I won't be cycling alone. This is a team of around 25 amateur cyclists from around the world. So just having us all come together and share the platform as one. We will definitely bring our own unique experiences to the challenge, but collectively knowing that we will, you know, working towards one goal, one big, you know, purpose. I think that will just make the, you know, experience more meaningful and raise greater awareness and shed more light on the matter. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think this is a very common topic that's coming up, at least I've noticed in discussions, is how athleticism and sports and physical activity in general, it really does go beyond just the activity itself.
For sure.
You know, whether it's anything from training to community, you know, you bring people together. They're going to build a community.
They're going to unite despite their differences and whatever. They're going to unite towards that specific goal, and that's what makes sports really exciting. Yeah.
Absolutely. And do you have any goals for when you complete this, hopefully with flying colors? Do you have anything else, any other causes to advocate for?
I don't really have anything in mind, but I am definitely open for whatever the future is going to bring, for sure. Nothing really, but I would like to continue, as I said, to just try, you know, new different things. This has always been in my nature, and I tried so many different things over the years. Some I did really well and some I failed at miserably. But yeah, I am definitely open for the opportunity, whatever the future is going to bring. If I am fit, if I am healthy, and you know, I can do it, it's within my means, I'll definitely go for it, whatever the next challenge.
That's a beautiful answer. I was honestly expecting you to say that you would take a trip with your daughter and husband, but you know, take a bit of a break after like the mountain cycling. No,
just for a few days, but then back to business.
That's incredible, and I think that shows as well how how important, you know, kind of like you're clearly someone who does not take their physical health for granted, and you clearly,
sure.
Whether that's, you know, something from being able to exercise to, you know, obviously when we're talking about our health as in, you know, free
sure.
of, God forbid, any form of disease. And I think that that is a very inspiring example to set.
Thank you so much.
Because you know, I mean, clearly from what I'm understanding, you said it yourself. You're an amateur biker, so it's like, it's kind of just like, you know what, I'm capable. My body is capable of doing this. I might as well do it.
Right. You know, just go for it and see what will happen. You know, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see you next time with your next endeavor.
Hopefully.
And what would it mean to you personally and emotionally to cross that finish line, knowing what you're supporting? Because I mean, coming after that, the magnitude of that journey.
Yeah, so incredibly proud, and I do get emotional just thinking about the journey leading up to that point, but I'll definitely feel incredibly proud and, you know, emotional, and just to know that all of us, we have covered such a big distance with the entire team, and this is not just going for, you know, my personal mean or whatnot. It's going towards something greater than all of us. And even if we're doing the tiniest amount of impact, you know, for other people to have a better future, to have a, you know, a less suffering, you know, definitely incredibly proud. My husband and I already had a conversation about him and our daughter joining us for the last 2 stages in France, because people can come obviously and spectate and cheer on, you know, people,
Wonderful.
the female cyclists on the roads. So I think that will definitely add another layer of, you know, another meaning to the moment, and I'll definitely have that as a moment I'll cherish forever, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. And I really hope that that's how it plays out, and hopefully they'll be there to cheer you on as you make the finish line.
We get safe and sound and in one piece.
Oh yes. No, inshallah, you'll make it, yeah. And you'll be ready for your next endeavor.
Inshallah,
after you know, maybe 3 days of rest.
For sure, for sure.
And you know, just to conclude, is there a message that you'd like our viewers to take away from all of this?
For sure. So I think we just need to remember that challenges are so much more than just distances or, you know, finishing medals or things like that. I came across this phrase the other day that goes, the journey often changes us more than the destination itself. We learn so much about ourselves. We, you know, tap into a strength that we didn't know existed. And truly, if we connect passion and purpose towards something meaningful, we can really make an impact in our own little way, you know, towards other people.
Wonderfully said. I think that those words are absolutely beautiful. I think they're very fitting to our entire discussion today, and I wish you the absolute best.
Thank you so much.
I hope you have a safe and rewarding trek.
Thank you.
And I would like to really commend you for championing such a noble cause.
My pleasure.
And inshallah, we see you when you're back.
For sure. Thank you so much. I'll definitely have a lot to say about the challenge when we return. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for even more coming up here on Bahrain Now. And now, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We'd like to thank you for watching, and as always, be sure to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, this is Khalid Hijras. Good night, and God bless.